Hello, everyone. It's Rashi again. And in this week's Parent to Parent, I am so excited because this is totally up my alley. Y'all know if you've just been watching me for years with the morning show, I do all kinds of crafts and stuff during Christmas time. And just in general, I just love doing all of that. And it's so good for your children, especially the younger children, because there's so much screen time that is available to them. We're talking TV, iPhone, iPad, and this is just a great distraction. It's also productive. It also doesn't cost much. So we're going to be sharing some ideas. I'm also going to be showing you some of the things that I tried out with my kiddos. Paint is usually a disaster, and I found that out this weekend. So these are things that are easy and affordable to do. They make great gifts, and I've just been researching and just kind of watching just some videos and things that teachers want, because now is the time that you give the teachers gifts too. And the number one thing they say they want are cards or written notes from the child, or drawings if your child is too young to write. So that's the best thing. One of the other things I was going to make note of is gift cards. That's a big deal because teachers, they spend so much of their own money when teaching for the school year. So gift cards are a big thing. So what's the appropriate amount? We'll be going through all of that and some of those common questions. So I'm going to first talk about the cards and a simple way you can make some. So I have someone who is an expert at it. I just went ahead and said you're an expert. Alyssa Salazar. She's the Director of Marketing and Operations for the Houston Bel Air, the Little Gym. So Alyssa, thanks so much for joining us on this live stream. So first off, tell me about the Little Gym, because you guys cater to children of many ages, from young until I would say kid age.
Definitely. So we start as young as 4 months old and we go all the way up to 12 years old. We are a child developmental gymnastics facility who offers classes, camps, and serious fun, as important as it is all. But like you said, there is, of course, a lot of technology that's out there. And here at the Little Gym, we like to keep our kids stimulated, active, and keep that brain moving. So doing crafts is a great example to do just that.
Yeah, exactly. And so y'all had sent a list of some of those crafts, and these crafts can also turn into games, which is really cool too. So it doesn't have to necessarily be a gift for somebody, but it could be a game that you play with your child as well. So today you're going to be showing us a simple way to make a card, which again, teachers say the number one thing that they would just love is a handmade card.
Definitely. I work with countless kids, and getting something that's made from the children is just, it hits right in the heart. I have a whole wall. I have cards full in my Christmas tree from stuff kiddos make. So this is something simple you can do with your kids at home that can touch a teacher's heart that easily.
Awesome. So show us what you need and how you get started.
Alrighty. So today we're going to be making a snowman Christmas card. These are some supplies that you can have just laying around at home. We're going to need construction paper, cotton balls, scissors, some googly eyes, and some glue. We'll start off by folding your paper in half, and then we'll just be decorating the front by creating a snowman. The snowman's very simple to make. So you'll grab a few cotton balls. I started my base with just 2. You'll want to spread them out. Make them nice and fluffy. This is a good activity to give for the kids. It'll have some tactile input, some sensory input, and what kid doesn't like destroying things? So,
right.
As you should know, Rashi, you have to.
And the great thing is also that this is really for kids. I mean, you could give, a 1-year-old some cotton balls and they'd figure it out. So this is really good for really a lot of ages.
This is something that the whole family could work on together. You can give each of the kids something to do while you guys create your own card together.
Very cute.
As you saw, it took like 10 seconds. And then you're going to go ahead with the second one. When you're making your second snowman body part, you'll want to fluff it out, not as much as you did the first one, but almost. And then for my head, I really didn't fluff it out at all. So because we will be adding some eyeballs and some in the nose and hat, so you don't want to make that too fluffy and crazy.
So is the glue stick the best way to go?
Now, I will say, working with cotton balls is a mess, but like I said, what kid doesn't like making a mess? However, for this part of the craft, the glue stick is best. Now, once we start adding the eyeballs and accessories, I had to switch to liquid glue. Lesson learned, like you said, Rashi. Definitely trial and error working with children.
Yes.
You win some, you lose some.
I brought out the paint, which is washable, which is great, but my daughter decided to paint herself. So that obviously just became, panic mode and everything was getting everywhere. But my son did a really good job. So, this is a very neat and kind of foolproof way of doing something.
Correct. She just wanted to be a part of it. She's trying to catch up to Big Brother.
I know. But it was really hard at the moment to look at the bright side.
I'm sure. I just cut a piece of ribbon out about 4 inches long, folded it in half to make a cute little scarf, and we'll add it around the neck. Now, I saved us some time and I pre-cut a hat out, but it was pretty
for the
simple.
TV.
I used felt, but you guys could use construction paper or anything simple. Back to the glue stick, again, trial and error. I've made this card a few times. Right. This is what we have so far, but a snowman
Awesome.
is not finished without a nose and a smile, of course. So with the little sheet of orange paper, I cut out an orange triangle. So here at the Little Gym, we actually like to work on a 3-dimensional learning program. We just don't work on the physical growth. We work on the social development, the cognitive development. So doing activities like this, where your little one gets to cut out shapes, can really boost up their learning.
Mm-hmm. And it's really great if you have brothers and sisters too, because you can do it with them. Your little one may not know how to read or write, but just even drawing inside of the card is a big deal.
Definitely. I'm a big siblings person, so I do a lot of activities with my siblings.
Yes.
And of course, crafts are one of them. Yeah.
And I used to think I would tell you, I would be like, wow, why are they keeping that before having kids? It's just scribble and an eye, what? And now I'm over here putting all this stuff up on a tree, proudly, look at what they did. Anyway, so show me kind of the final product.
So we have our basic final product right here. I went ahead and on my demo, I added a few snowflakes, and then there's your basic Christmas card. You can open it up, have your little one draw their scribble and their eyeball, and then whatever personal greetings you'd like to put in for the holiday.
That's awesome. Now, are there any tips that you give parents when it comes to going, I guess, shopping if they might not have some stuff laying around, they don't have arts and crafts there? Are there some just basic essentials that you recommend getting?
Definitely. I think you can do a lot with construction paper. I think a lot of the time people think you just have to color on it, but think of origami, think of cutting it in unique ways. You can take something as simple as some popsicle sticks, gluing them together, creating a snowflake, and having them decorate the snowflakes. And there you have an ornament you can hang on the tree. Simple little things idea like this. Oh, I will say, think like a kid. These kids have out of the box ideas all the time. Ask your little one what they'd like to do with some of the activities and supplies that you guys have at home, and you'd be surprised at what they can come up with.
Yes, I'll give you an example. So I was coloring with my son on construction paper. This is on a Saturday morning when I'm drinking coffee and trying to do a lot of things. I was like, let's just do this. And anyway, so he starts ripping the piece of paper up and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I just made a puzzle. I'm like, that's right. You did make a puzzle, right. And I'm like, you gotta just, like you said, think out, I'm not even thinking that way. And I have to tell you this too. I know we're supposed to be talking about, but so I had those little pom-poms, with the spikes, they have the little, so he said, hey, Ryan, who's almost 5, look, isn't this fun? He's like, well, it looks like a virus. I'm like, what? Because that's what he sees. Yeah. So it's the age that they're in and, how they're growing up and what they see. And, I'm pretty sure when we were little, we wouldn't have thought that was a virus, but just because of the pandemic, that's what they say. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us. And again, it's the Little Gym, and there are several locations, and you guys provide some phenomenal support to children. And I think it's great when you're doing anything that doesn't have to do with the screen. So thank you so much again. And I hope to see you again in the future on other parent-to-parent segments.
Thank you, Rashi, so much.
All right, we'll see ya.
Have a great day.
You too. Well, you guys don't go anywhere. So I was just also reaching out to you all on Facebook to find out if you have any ideas. Many of them weren't so much ideas, but more so the receiving end of how you love getting something like this from a child. So if you are a parent that is kind of struggling, don't know what to give, anything when it has to do with the kids is probably going to be A-okay. What I decided to do was I had some paper plates laying around, and I cut a hole in the middle. And this is the part where it got a little messy because I wanted to paint the wreath or candle holder thing. And my daughter decided to paint on herself, but my son was doing a good job. So there's that positive. And then we took some gift wrapping tissue paper and then put that on there, and also just cut some construction paper and put that on there as well. One of the other things that we did is made ornaments, Christmas tree ornaments, and my son wanted to put googly eyes on there. I think we have some video of my son and daughter trying to do this. I was like, I don't know if I can talk over the video, but we should have it playing soon. And there's the virus pom-pom right there. Do you see that? Can you believe he said that? He was like, look, Mommy, it looks like a virus. That is nuts. So anyway, we're going to try to see if we can play this video. But there's my son, and he's putting the glue on there, and these pom-poms. Of course, he thought it was like a snowman, and my daughter gets in there. So this is just a fun and glorious chaos is what we like to call it. Just a mess, but in good spirits, right? And so we put pom-poms and other things on there, and googly eyes as well. So you'll see that in the final product, which I have a few pictures of. And it was really just a learning experience. There's the little wreath, and I put it near a picture frame there. So it was really easy to do. Should I give it the side? Really easy to do here. And if we have another picture too, you could use it as a candle holder. I know my mother-in-law is going to love this. And it was just something that didn't take much time. It wouldn't have taken you much time, but it took us about like 30 minutes, which is good. And it was a lot of fun. We also have on my tree, I put my son's, there we go. It's funky, it's weird, but there it is on the tree, and we love it. So and those are just a couple of ideas. I did want to also share with you one of the big gift giving ideas, which is gift cards to teachers. And it's something that I'm going to do for my son's teachers as well. And they just spend so much time, and they do such a great job, and they spend so much of their own money that you might not know that amount because a lot is not provided, especially with budget cuts and all. So from what I've read, the average amount is $20 to $25. And the best thing to do is even just look at what your budget is, what you can afford. If it's a cup of coffee from Starbucks, which is pretty expensive, you know how that is, but a $5 gift card to Starbucks. There's also bulk gift cards. We've done stories about how many people are now going the gift card route. So you'll get like a buy one, get one free thing, or buy one and 50% off. So you can get gift cards in bulk. And that's another idea to give with a card that's been handmade. So these are all great things. And our teachers, I emphasize the teachers just because they spend so much time with our children when we're not there. So they are so very important to us. And having an amazing teacher, I can tell you as a parent, is just such a stress reliever, because I'm over here at work and I'm like, what is happening? And they're taking care of my child and making sure that he is safe and protected. So these are just some ideas, and I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Please comment on Facebook, also my Facebook page as well. This will be on YouTube. So you can send me ideas on more parent-to-parent segments. I would love to hear from you, and we'll continue to learn together and try to be the best parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles that we can all be to make sure the children are as successful as they can be. We'll see you later, guys.